Hey, you gotta stop this shit, man.
So as y'all can all see there, that was fucking crazy. Like the dude was completely knocked out, and he's just Raja's just going bam, bam, and I'm talking about like these are like full swings, by the way, my nigga. Like this is not like some just nice little jab, jab. He's full on swinging, bro, and bro is unconscious. And when you're getting smashed in the brain like that or smashed in the head like that where you're unconscious, like, bro, you could choke on your blood. Like, bro, there's just so many ways you could die that way because you're unconscious. You could stop breathing. Like, there's so many problems with this. And obviously, the entire internet has been seeing it and talking about it or whatever because it went crazy viral. So, the main point that I actually wanted to drag out of this for y'all, and just important for the fam and all you guys, for accomplishing your goals and just generally the way you're operating as a man is that you need to realize that you are not your emotions, right? Because the main reason why he did this, to give you guys a bit of backstory here, is because the pro wrestler saw Raja come into the building. He thought he was a part of the whole pro wrestling act because wrestling is fake, y'all. If y'all didn't already know that, it's fake. It's just, regular, and it's just fake entertainment. Like it looks like it's real, but it's not actually real, just for entertainment purposes, right? So he thought Raja was a part of the act when this pro wrestler came in. So he like crushed a can on his head, like, starting to get things riled up. It's like, you're trying to make it seem like something that it's not because it's fake. You want to rile everybody up. You want to make it seem like they're actually beefing or whatever. So Raja didn't actually appreciate that because he wasn't really a part of the whole act, right? So he was then told he was going to get an opportunity to get revenge or get his get back on the dude who did this to him, even though the dude, apologized for it. He was like, oh, I didn't know that you weren't a part of the act or whatever, but Raja didn't take it that way. And then his chat, because he's a streamer, his chat was basically hyping him up, saying like, oh, look at you, bro. You're like a fake crash out. You just gonna let him do that shit to you? What the fuck? So obviously, in the nigga mind, in the nigga brain, because niggas love being violent, he was like, oh, man, I can't let this shit slide, bro. I gotta cook this dude. I don't care. So he's getting basically rage baited by his chat to go and fuck this dude up. So then that's what leads to the video that you guys just saw where he was just pummeling the fucking shit out of him, right? So the problem is this has led to him basically getting criminally investigated because he nearly killed the dude. The dude had to go to the hospital, right? So point being with giving you guys that whole context there is that you need to realize that you are not your emotions, y'all. You need to realize that you can feel anger, you can feel frustration, you can feel any of the emotions and still choose not to act on them because you're just the viewer of your emotions. You're just the observer. You feel a feeling, you feel anger, you feel excitement, you feel happiness, and then you decide to take an action based off a certain feeling. You felt anger before, you felt like punching somebody in the face before and chose not to do it. So what does that mean? You are not anger. You're just viewing the anger. Because if you were your emotions, you'd be like a fucking deer outside. You just walk up in the street and the car's barreling towards you at 60 miles per hour and you're just a deer just standing there because you're just based off your impulses and your base instincts. But as human beings, we're sentient, meaning we're not our emotions. We're above them. We view them. So it's important to be able to understand this so that you don't crash out. You do not act based off your emotions here. See, the Raja guy, unfortunately, he acted based off his emotions. His chat riled him up. He just locked into his anger. He knew, like, bro, I'm going to get my revenge. I'm locked into this shit. He wasn't thinking anymore. He wasn't realizing, like, yeah, I'm angry, but I'm angry, but is this a good decision for me to go and fucking punch the shit out of this guy multiple times? And I'm not talking like fake punches like wrestling or some shit. I'm talking about real fucking punches. He wasn't thinking anymore. And you could ruin your entire fucking life for that because for him, he's on the path to becoming a professional fighter, but that might all get fucked up now because he might go to jail for what he just did. Because what he just did could be seen as attempted murder and he could get tried for that and go to jail for a while for that shit. Fucking up his career over just one emotional situation. So you guys all have to sit and train yourself too to realize that you're not your emotions. Because maybe some of you guys are not used to this and realizing this. Maybe this is the first time you ever heard somebody say this to you before, but you're not your emotions. So if you want to be able to control your anger, first you have to realize that when I feel angry, I don't have to act. And from now on, whenever you have moments where you're very frustrated or very angry and you want to do something, you have to train yourself to stop and be like, I'm not my emotions. But this also doesn't mean you have to bottle it up. You know, you have other ways that you can express this anger. For the Raja guy, for example, instead of taking it all out on this dude, he could have just waited and be like, bruh, that fucking pissed me off. That made me so fucking mad, which is fine. And that's fine. You know, for my next training session, I'm going to go fucking crazy. You see, in this way, he was able to if you thought about it this way, as I just described, he would have been able to take his anger and redirect it towards something productive. If he realized, hey, I'm not this emotion, I don't have to act on this anger here and now. I could use it later. I could redirect it. Because as men, naturally, we're prone to aggression and anger. But unfortunately, the difference between, or basically the difference between a man who crashes out or a man who stays focused or stays able to be able to accomplish his goals and not be able to go to jail is based off redirection. What do you put your anger into? As long as you're putting your anger back into productive things, then it doesn't matter. For the Raja guy, he didn't put his anger back into something productive. He put it into something unproductive, which was punching the shit out of a fucking unconscious guy on the ground. Stupid. So you guys don't want to be like that. You must realize and accept you are not your emotions. You're just the reactor. So you have to train yourself every single time now, whenever you feel angry, whenever you feel frustration. No, don't just act on the immediate anger or the frustration. Think, stop, be like, okay, I'm mad. This makes me mad, but is me acting this way going to serve me? No, I'm not going to. In fact, I'm going to redirect this anger in a different way in the gym, at my next training session, whatever it is. You know, and this is also why it's important to, of course, have an outlet in which you can express your anger. Because when men don't have an outlet where they can express their anger, they express it in ways like this, and then they end up going to jail and fucking up their entire career there. So